Okay, let's continue here. So we use when or that in adjective clauses that describe time. Okay, so that's very important. Let me how would you combine these two?
Um, I want to have a moment with you. I want to have a moment with you uh, that we can talk,
Okay, or
or when we can talk.
yes, exactly. You can unite these two, it when or that, because they describe a time.
Time.
We can leave out the object relative pronoun. We can also leave out when or that. So that's something that we can do. We can also use this without it. I want to have a moment with you. We can talk.
Mm.
Okay, so that's another possibility, but this is very informal. So that I wouldn't recommend that in the TOEFL. And also you can leave out the object relative clause like here. There's something I need to discuss. Uh, there is something that I need to discuss, or you could say, there is something which I need to discuss with you, or I need to discuss with you. So you have these three possibilities. Remember, if you we could leave out, we could use nothing if you have a subject after this.
A subject. Yeah.
Yes, so that's not a possibility. But what we cannot do is to leave out where. That's the juice bar where Nick Crawford like to go. You can't say that's the juice bar Nick Crawford like to go. Okay, so that's not possible. Okay, is there any question maybe with number 5 or 6?
No, teacher.
Okay, let's continue then. Listen.
Hello, how are you? The grammar point we're going to study now is using the auxiliary verb for emphasis. I do think you'll find it very useful. Let's begin.
Okay, please read.
Uh, we often use auxiliary verbs for emphasis to give something special importance. Auxiliary verbs include the verbs do, be, and have, and modals like can, could, should, and will. A lot of people didn't believe Nick, but he was telling the truth. If the sentence already has an auxiliary verb, we emphasize it by putting more stress on when we speak. When we put stress on a word, we make longer and stronger. Hey Nick, you should see this commercial. I have seen it. Did you know that Talia was offered a job in Chicago? No, I didn't know that. If the sentence does not have an auxiliary verb, we use the auxiliary do, does, or did for emphasis. Notice that the base form of the verb always follows do, does, or did. Too bad you don't like soccer. I like soccer. It seems like just yesterday. It seems like yesterday. I guess things work out for Jackie. And for you too. You scored the winning goal. If the main verb in the sentence is be, we can emphasize it in the same way. Nick was innocent. We emphasize things for many different reasons. One reason is to agree with something someone has said. It seems like it was just yesterday when you asked me to turn out the volume. Yeah, in a way, it does seem like just yesterday. We also use emphasize when we disagree with something. It's too bad that Talia is moving to Chicago. She isn't moving to Chicago. She's staying at Newsline.
Okay. So let's please begin here. Uh, so we could say here that we could use do that or did for emphasis. That's very important. So instead of saying I like soccer, you could say I do like soccer. It seems like just yesterday. You could say it does seem like just yesterday. And instead of saying you scored the winning goal, you need to say you did score the winning goal. So that's a way to emphasize. That's a way to emphasize uh all of these things. You can emphasize them in any of these forms. Okay, so that's very important. Or you could emphasize this like by speaking more strongly with this. Okay, so that's something that I would recommend you to do in the TOEFL. Actually, that's very important. So that's a recommendation that uh, could be used. Okay, is there any question maybe until here?
No, no, teacher.
Okay. Let's continue with phrasal verbs.
Hi. I'm so happy everything has worked out so well. Talia's and Amy's hard work has paid off. Both of them have new jobs. And Nick may not have won the championship, but it seems that he's won Talia over. Phrasal verbs like work out, pay off, and win over are so important in English. Let's review them.
Okay, can you please read?
Okay. Phrasal verbs are verbs that have two parts, a verb plus a particle. Turn out is a phrasal verb. Turn is the verb, out is the particle. The particle looks like the particle looks just like a preposition, but it is actually one part of this two-part verb. The particle often changes the meaning of the verb. Let me know how things turn out. In the example, turn out means have a particular result. As you can see, the verb turn plus the particle out has a completely different meaning from the verb turn by itself.
Continue please here.
Some phrasal verbs are inseparable. This means that the two parts verb and particle always stay together. When an inseparable phrasal verb has an object, the object always comes after the two parts of the verb. What do you think of the commercial? What do I think for it? I think it's ridiculous. In the conversation, the noun, the commercial, and the pronoun it are objects of the verb think of. Both noun and pronouns objects always come after an inseparable phrasal verb. We do not say, what do I think it of?
Okay, let's continue, please.
Some phrasal verbs are used with certain prepositions when they have an object. We sometimes call this combination three-part verbs. Three-part verbs are inseparable. Things have worked out for you, Nick. The phrasal verb work out means stop being a problem. We use it with the preposition for when there is an object. We don't use the preposition when there is no object. Yes, they have worked out. Many phrasal verbs are separable. This means that the noun object can come either after or between the two parts of the verb. I turned down the job. I turned the job down.
Okay, finally.
When the object of a separable phrasal verb is a pronoun, a word like him, her, or it must go between the verb and the particle. What do you turn down the job? I turned down the job because I didn't want to move. We do not say, I turned down it. Remember, we use phrasal verbs a lot, especially in conversation. Phrasal verbs are often more common than their definitions. For example, I ran into my cousin yesterday is more common than I met my cousin by accident yesterday.
Okay, so let's continue here. The first thing is to basically the phrasal verbs have two particles, two parts, a verb and a particle, like turn out. The meaning is have a particular result, the meaning of turnout. Okay, so that's very important. I don't know if you knew this word before.
Yeah,
Okay, then you have
like
inseparables, like think of. You can't separate it. So you can't say I think it off. You need to say I think of it. So that's pretty straightforward. And then you have three-part verbs. These are inseparable. That means that basically you need to use them like in three parts, like work out for. The third part is preposition. They have work out for you, for him. And then you also have separable phrasal verbs like turn down the job or turn the job down. Or I turn the job down, or I turn it down. So in this case, you can use it, but if you use this pronoun, it must go between the verb and a particle. And finally, we use phrasal verbs a lot, especially in conversations. Like I ran into my cousin, or instead of I met my cousin by accident. I don't know if you've got any questions until here.
um, No, no, teacher. It's
Okay, so let's work on this. We're gonna work on these activities. Let me assign you these activities. Okay, let's work on these activities.
okay. Mm. Teacher, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
In the auxiliary verbs, we don't use always do, did, or does, right? We can use uh I don't know
What else?
an auxiliary verb like another word.
Uh, oh yes, you could use like for emphasis, you could use was, where, or a model.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm going to finish this exercise.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
No problem.
Mm,
Okay, did you finish?
Yeah, two words.
Okay,
A second, please, teacher.
I'll put it for tomorrow.
Okay, if you can review tomorrow, no problem.
Yes. Okay, so tomorrow we don't have classes, but we're gonna have the tests. Basically, C2 and C3 are gonna be tomorrow, and C4 and the final one are gonna be on Thursday. Okay, so tomorrow, Wednesday, we have the C2 and C3. And on Thursday, we're gonna have the C4 and the module test. And we said that on Friday we were gonna have the vocabulary test, right?
Yeah. Because the next week we don't have any classes.
Okay, so it's been assigned. So you have tomorrow test, Thursday test, and Friday the other test. Okay.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay,
Or
so I'll see you on Friday. And the homework, don't forget about the homework.
yeah, yes.
Okay, so I'll see you on Friday then.
And teacher, or if there's a possibility that maybe the vocabulary test can be the 9, the Monday, the next Monday, or there is no problem if it's just the Friday.
Let's see you on Monday. No problem.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the
I'll see
Monday.
you on Monday. I'll see you on Monday then.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, see
Thank
you on
you.
Monday.